what thing you say.
Well, good day, tubers. Back at the dirty hole today. This wiggle pick CD lost its wood handle, and this is actually my buddy that bought one from you. I had lost mine, unfortunately, and using his today. And I'll have to show you on the cleanup. He just found a killer harden a while ago. It ain't much bigger than this Etley I just popped out.
I'd heard before, but the way
you can tell it's got a little tip missing and one ear gone. But shoot, I'll take it any day. Thank you, Great Spirit. Nice Mozart art. Looks like some banded stuff. But I've been finding quite a bit of stuff today. A broken Etley, I mean. Would have been a big old monster. Some other broken, there's a broken adze, but here's a really nice adze I found. It's got translucency in it. But I put this one in my bag over here. Get my little arrowhead pouch out that I keep. I got a couple different ones. Got this one, and then I got a new one from Dev. Oh, excuse me. Uh-oh. May have to find me some paper and hit the brush. Oh no. Well, we'll get back to you if we find something else. Well, everything on this site, it's kind of been the same. All the way down the ridgeline wherever you dig, you get rows. It's like a 3-4 foot row you'll find stuff in. Then you'll go a row or two without nothing. You know, like up in there, because I found that Etley right here. Right through there is where we found that other stuff yesterday. So I stayed trying to stay in this lane right through here. And that little guy just popped out somewhere. Oh, he ain't very big, but he's all there. Look at that. Well, look at up there by the tip. It's just how I worked it out. Got a little hook to it or something, don't it? Little bitty ears on it. Kind of an odd point. It's not drowned. I guess it's just a little bitty Etley. Well, cool. Thank you, Great Spirit. Making one good time. And this was my buddy's find. We didn't show it when we was out there, but it's a definite harden. Got the bevel going down this edge here. You can see that. It's a real slight bevel. And then the bevels on this edge over here. Maybe the light up here helps show the flaking a little better. First harden ever found up there, which there's been other early archaic points. A couple dovetails. I got that little clipped wing dovetail from up there. But that's a sweet harden. Not a flaw in her. Still got some light serrations to it, which you can tell that was a good napper there, because that don't have much of a sharpening twist to it. Little one, but not much. Stellar little find. And he had a nice little Etley. It's all there, just a little crooked, huh? But that's awesome. Yeah.
And we had a good time. Marie, she rode old Yankee, the gentlest horse I know, down at the Wild Turkey Creek Ranch. Yeah, at the Wild Turkey Creek Ranch. We laughed so hard because she was scared to death.
Well, here we are back at home with my cleanup. Just showed my buddies at his house and then come home and did mine. Actually, I've had a shower and ate dinner and everything, but boy, for what little bit of area I dug today, I dug up all kinds of stuff. And check out this big old nodule piece. I don't know if, this was made to be an actual tool, or was this something they was just whacking on and gonna try and make something out of, or what? Kind of like that with a couple of these pieces, I mean, they had some good material up there, but there's some mosaic up there that's kind of rough, stuff with a full lot of these pockets like this. And, I mean, you get some really cool material like this one here. Even with the tip and the ear gone, which it's a shame that tip's gone, because it was looked like a totally different material. But that is some serious patchwork mosaic going on in that piece there. Then I had this nice little guy, little stack on this side. In that case, he'll still look pretty nice, and the tip's kind of sharpened up a little funny. Got that little hook that sticks off of it there. And then this pink point, I'm pretty sure is all damaged by freeze popping. And all this stuff is just right underneath the grass. You got 4 inches of black dirt, and then it's clay. At first I thought, well, maybe this got damaged by the dozer years ago and it cleared that property off of. But there's a piece of that patina inside there, and then this side is just all full of it. What we call a woods patina out here. And that stuff's hard to get off. You gotta soak it in vinegar. Some of the stuff comes covered in it and some of it don't, Like, look at this little part of this tool. One spot there, it just got heavily covered in it. Then had this really cool grinding stone. I mean, this baby is polished now. Super polished. It's kind of weird on this side, but I guarantee you this is a rock they picked up out of the creek and then used it. But that side looks like that's had a lot of wear and a lot of use. And like I said, it's as smooth as this, if not smoother. Smooth as glass. This really cool adze I found. Check it out. It's got a translucent base to it, but it's got some cool colors to it. And then it's made out of one of my favorite types of mosaic. You can see all them little circles in there. That makes you want to call it our grainy material, but usually our grainy material is kind of more like this piece, real rough feeling almost. And this is kind of like some real grainy oolitic, some kind of blade. But I was pretty happy with that adze. Had this big old crazy jalopy thing, probably a 5-year-old snapping, 8-year-old or whatever. And then had this little white point here. You can tell it's broke, both pieces, but it'll fit right together perfectly. But the back side of this thing, I think at one time had an impact fracture, and then they resharpened it back up, because look at that big hinge on that spot right there. And this either got broke, it got missed by either the tractor, or the tractor ran over it, or someone stepped on it, or whatever. But I mean, you can see why it broke. I mean, look how it's just thin, paper thin through there. But at least both pieces are there, and it glues back up together just perfectly. Just a little rough-atly. And this really cool knife that's broke, but I've never seen a knife in this shape come from up there. And this end's made pretty thin, but they had a little stack right there they couldn't fight off. And big old tip and some kind of part of a big tool or a big preform or something that broke in half. That looks like one of my napping jobs, actually. get a preform down to about that size and then take a good whack on it, and it just breaks right in half on you. Shame this blade here, whatever it was broke, because that's a really cool looking pattern on what is left. And this little chunk of polished up hematite, which is a serious head scratcher, because you see where all this is red? I mean, it takes a lot of polishing, and eventually that red goes away and turns to black. Well, check out the inside of this. Look how black that is. That means that inside had to polish something way more than the outside did to get turned that black. I mean, it's super smooth, but in them edges that kind of feel like they've been worn down. Like I said, just a real head scratcher. And this full adze here, made of the outer core bit, just like a lot of them will be. One of them more elongated adzes. Well, it was a pretty good day. The only thing I didn't come out with that I was looking for was the other 90% of this point. 80% of this point. I'd come off a nice Sedalia there. Man, I just wanted a Sedalia so bad. But boy, I tell you what, after a couple hours of digging, man, it just kills me. I'm done. My beat up, dropped, beat up over body can only take so much. So, we'll try and get off here. Keep this kind of short as best I can. What I want to say is, like I always do, you know, thanks to all you guys for your comments and your views. You know, I've been trying to catch up on some comments, but it gets hard sometimes. I can't sit in that chair after hunting and type all day. My back and hips have already had enough. But it looks like apparently, except for Thursday, I gotta go to the doctor. I won't be doing nothing else till the weekend, so that ought to give me plenty of time to catch up. But got a lot of videos to watch too, and while I'm thinking of it, everybody that can needs to send feedback to them. That's the only way we can get stuff fixed. But I've noticed by the new subscription page, if you don't have certain videos watched by the time new ones are loaded, they're dropped faster than the older page, our old sub page used to be like. At least there you could collect up 100 videos, 50 videos, and be able to watch them. Now it's totally different. You get like 20 videos on there, and man, when it gets to hunting season, sometimes 20 videos will come up every day. And then that causes a whole bunch of others to be dropped. If we would all of us, our whole community, get together and say, hey, look, you're screwing us. You're causing us to miss videos. Let our sub-pages accumulate as many videos as they get and quit knocking them off there. Just a thought. I know I don't like it, but I know I do like this. Yes, sir. I love that piece. Well, hope y'all have a great week. And if you get out to hunt, may the Great Spirit lay a stellar point in your path. Thanks for always coming along, y'all. It's you guys that rock. Literally. You guys make every bit of this worth it. Or I wouldn't do it. It's you guys that keep me going. And I appreciate that more than you know. So thank you. Really. Sorry I say that all the time. Every vid. It's just how I am. It's just how I am. Just how I am. Man, shame that wasn't all there. Them big old blades or whatever they are like that usually aren't. Now I do have a 5-inch blade in there. That's about that thick from up there, but it ain't translucent. Well, we'll get off here. Thanks, y'all. Have a killer week. Go find you a killer point. Later.
Taking my time with a heavy load. Don't worry, I'm still trucking down the road. Sooner or later, I'll get to the line. But it's a heavy load, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time with a heavy load. Don't worry, I'm still trucking down the road. Sooner or later, I'll get to the line. But it's a heavy load, so I'm taking my time. Sooner or later, I'll get to the line. But it's a heavy load,